In a recent interview with Jonathan Swan, an Australian journalist for American cable channel HBO, Prime Minister of Pakistan Imran Khan tried to answer some loaded question from the reporter. His questions were bound to generate some controversy. One of such questions was about the link between rape of women and their dress habits. Answering the question, PM Imran Khan seemed to suggest that Pakistan's society will not accept scantily clad women and there will be some effect on men if women in Pakistan, like in the West, are clad scantily. Mr. Swan immediately linked Imran Khan's remarks to blaming the rape victim, which is a popular phrase among Western liberals and feminists. It means that if a woman gets raped, element of the society blame her, assuming she must have done something wrong which caused her rape. She must have, for instance, wore a wrong dress which contributed to her rape, or she must have been in a wrong place at a wrong time, etc., etc. A recent example of this is the gang rape of a mother of three near Lahore, Pakistan, while she was traveling late at night with her children on Lahore motorway. She ran out of gas and had to stop to get help. The Lahore police chief at the time has been reported to say that our society does not permit women to be out late at night alone, and that the victim should have taken GT Road instead of motorway, which is desolated at night time. This statement was construed by some sections of society as blaming the victim of rape. The police chief was heavily criticized for his politically incorrect remarks. He later apologized. Blaming the rape victim is a powerful phrase. It is hard to disagree with the phrase, just like it is hard to disagree with some other powerful phrases like thou shalt not kill or thou shalt not steal, even though in practice those phrases are ignored. Using blaming the rape victim phrase, Jonathan tried to pin Imran Khan on his response to the question. However, he forgot that the majority of men in the West also agree with PM Imran Khan's statement on the issue and disagree with Jonathan. According to a study conducted by the independent newspaper in UK, 55% of men think that drinking and scantily dressed female contribute to harassment and sexual assault. Percentage of men in USA holding the same opinion is even higher. It is becoming obvious that linking the rape culture to just dress code is oversimplifying the problem. If objective is to find a comprehensive solution for the problem, then there are more factors to look into on this issue. One of those factors is the difference in male and female psychology and nature. A lot of research has been done which proved that women and men look at sex differently. The meaning of sexuality is different in both genders. In men, the feeling of power and control contributed heavily in sexual assaults. Therefore, dress code is only a half truth in this saga. Until and unless the issue is holistically studied and remedied, we will continue wasting time and the rape culture will continue flourishing right under our nose, despite all the lip service against it. Miss Maya Tutton, who runs the Our Street Now campaign to end street harassment with her sister Gemma in UK, told the independent newspaper, at Our Street Now we hear daily from women, girls and people of marginalized gender who feel anxious and fear harassment when out in public spaces. This curtails their everyday life and infringes upon their fundamental human rights. From unwanted sexual comments about someone's body to men following them to indecent exposure and assault on the street, the one thing all these intrusions share is they are about power, patriarchy, and oppression. Ms. Tutton said, the fact Plan International UK research found one in three girls in this country has been harassed in their school uniform is a stark example of how unequal power dynamics are always at the heart of the sexual harassment. The statement of Miss Maya brings into attention the X factor in the rape culture, which is the unequal power dynamic. The unequal power dynamics are historically at the heart of sexual harassment and assault. If we go back and look into history, the same power dynamics are at work when armies invaded other countries. History is full of examples that armies of powerful men raped and pillaged the weaker nations. The armies and militias of powerful men occupied lands, cattle, and women belonging to the weaker nations or tribes. The women of captured lands were raped or sold. Coming back to today's world, men, because of being powerful, physically or otherwise, still rape, rob, and steal. Parda and abayas, short skirts or bikinis don't stop them. The factor of unequal power dynamics does not discriminate between Western or Eastern women in sexually attacking them. Although issue of wrong dress in the rape culture has been debated a lot, but the factor of unequal power dynamics against women has not been looked into seriously, and men are not being educated or trained right from their childhood in their homes and schools about how not to use their power or how to resist the urge to control member of the opposite sex. Short clothing and drinking may or may not be a contributor in the rape culture. The X factor of unequal power dynamic is we need to immediately start educating men about their unequal power dynamics and how not to use it against less powerful genders. If this education and training does not happen soon, we will be stuck forever in fruitless debate about clothing.